Okay. Here we go, chat. Now, I don't actually have music turned on. Because I've disabled it for the Let's Play series on YouTube. So that it works better with time skips and that sort of thing. And then I just overlay the actual game music where I think it fits better. Dear friend, the wasteland can be an unforgiving place. I found you naked and left for dead with no supplies. Bloody Joja. It looks like you crossed the Duke in about... No, it was Joja. And you could use some help. Enclosed is a short guide to help you survive. If you complete it, we just might take in a new citizen. The White River Settlement. It's real, and it's safe. Basic survival is your active quest. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, point of interest. Okay. Now then, how many people in chat right now are familiar with the game as is? How many of you have had a chance to properly check out the game? Just a friendly reminder that you pay on time, every time, or there will be consequences. Next time, we won't be so nice. Thanks for the gear, but you still owe us. See you soon, the Duke. Foreshadowing. Since my torch has no durability, I will use it to collect grass and light my way, and also alert every zombie within a reasonable radius to my exact location. Though I think you get a fairly aggressive safety timer when you first spawn in before zombies will start spawning around you. They're not complete scallywags. They mostly are, but they're not complete ones. No one ever is a complete scallywag. Well, actually, no, there are quite a few people in history who've been complete scallywag. But mostly people avoid going complete scallywag. Never go full scallywag, chat. You'll end up like Road Train. Also, this is a nice change. I love this so much. I no longer have to be obsessive-compulsive about destroying all the backpacks I loot. They auto-destroy. On the downside, I don't get the loot from destroying them. So that is one negative. Niria Sky is currently playing it solo right now. Oh, it's still crashing on loading for you, Demi? I was really hopeful that it wouldn't be rough on your computer now that they've added so much optimization to it. That's really sad to hear. I'm sorry, mate. Alright, I will loot you as well. Alright, first, bedroll. Second, place bedroll down. Tunk. Third, craft. I need another small stone. There we go. I accept you, and I accept you. I really do like the way that updates and shows you what you're looking for, because it used to be such a pain in the backside to find that. It could genuinely be just a massive pain. Right, we want plant fiber pants. Then we want to wear them. Then we want a few other plant fiber things like gloves, hood, shirt, and shoes. Where? Then we want a wooden club. No, this is the only time I'm really going to wield a club. I guess it might change my mind. I don't know yet. There is a decent chance that I will go stealth archer because, look, why mess with what works? Why try to resist the flow of nature? The world wants me to be a stealth archer. We all know this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so easy to gravitate towards it. Much in the same way that the world wants us all to be crabs. We just need to accept that that is the end point of evolution and just start walking sideways. If we just start working with evolution instead of against it, life will hurt less. Stealth archer crabs. Yes, exactly. Well, I'll get it. Make, and then... also, I have discovered that there is a 20% chance whenever you go for these stumps for you to get honey. That is actually pretty amazing. We got honey. Hooray! Greatly approve. I need a rock. This rock will do. Yeah, it was a really good start to get honey straight away. I'm kind of surprised, to be perfectly honest, because it usually takes me a couple of attempts. I mean, you know, it's always 20% chance. That's how statistics works, by the way. I get so high and mighty about that because, I mean, there is just a flat, this is how it works. But, in people's defense, games don't always work that way. They will purport to work that way. It's like, oh yeah, it's random. But then it's fudging the numbers in the background. And so, yeah, no, genuinely, it can feel like it's not nearly as true to the statistics as it's claiming to be. That's the game's fault, not people's understanding of statistics. So I do feel that there is a bit of a, well, it says there's a 10% chance. That means that if I do it 10 times, at least one of them should work. It's like, well, no. Every time you do it, there's a 10% chance. You could quite easily do it 100 times and still not get it to happen. It's just becoming less and less likely every single time you do it because of sequential attempts. You know, the odds of you doing it 101 times and still not having it is very, very low compared to doing it 10 times and not having it trigger. But it is still quite possible, and it is an indication that it's false just because it wasn't working the way you wanted it to. Alright, let's get all of those made, and then I need an extra stone. At least one more, so I can make a repair to this axe. Right, okay. Craft the building block. Donk. That is my rant for the day. That's not my rant for the day. I could have written so many more times about various different things. You're just going to have to accept it. But that is mostly my rant for today. Let's pop that down there. And make myself 10 arrows. Always keep a stone. You know what? I'm just going to pop this here for now. Poop. Do I have enough to make that? Yes. Oh, sorry. I was always keep a stone. I wasn't paying any attention to the fact that I had more stones than feathers. So I can quite safely make all of the arrows into feathers. And there we are. And now, for anyone who hasn't checked out the latest alpha, oh my lord, the workbenches look so cool now. I was a dumb. And I placed that there before I completed this part. It's going to ask me to build another campfire now. Because life hates me. But the workstations now update to reflect what you've added. So for example, this just looks like a campfire. If I put a pot on it, it'll have a little rig to suspend the pot above the flames. If I add a beaker, so on and so forth. Same with most of the crafting benches at the moment, actually. Though not all of them really have anything else to add, like a workbench. Good job, Survivor. You've proved to be capable with much potential. We have marked your map with the nearest white river out. How did you mark my map? There you'll find a trader where you can buy and sell goods and trade stories with one of our friendly citizens. Very well. Okay, not too bad. Less than a kilometre away. Uncommonly kind of the game. Uncommonly kind. Oop. Always stop to grab some more potential honey. Best mod for this game is the skip tutorial mod. Interesting. I've not used that mod, but I may need to use it because unfortunately the Switch, for those wondering where is the next episode on the main series on my main YouTube channel, the collab with Lady Shield, where is that next episode? It's been a few days. Yeah, when the experimental version moved to B, is it 173 or 137 or whatever it was, it corrupted our characters. So the moment you spawn into the world, the character dies, resets at level 1 with all of the gear that they had and the map that they had and the quests that they had. However, they've lost all of their levels, including the 4 free skill points you get when you complete a tutorial. So it isn't just a case of give them the levels back in console. You can do that, but you'll always be 4 skill points shy. Because there isn't a command to give skill points, only to give experience points for levels. But the biggest pain in the butt is we've lost all of the crafting books and perk books that we'd accumulated. So we're back to being able to craft only the basic gear at a quality level 1. So I am still in the process of fixing that, which is requiring player file editing, which is not easy because it's a binary stream file. Instead of plain text, and there isn't an editor for it yet. So I'm just going through it with a hex editor, tweaking values, noting the changes that it makes. There is another way that it's less stubborn, But, you know, I'm a stubborn person by nature. But I'm probably going to, like, I've given it a couple of days, and I am making progress with effectively making a player file editor, because right now it's important to have it, because in the experimental phase, there is no guarantee that from one version to the next that your save is going to be even remotely compatible. So I figured, oh, well, if I can get to the point that I can edit the player file directly to restore things nice and quickly, that is going to serve me in the future. However, another way of doing it is just create a fix world, which you may have noticed when you came in here, the A21 fix save. We will both make characters in that world, and then quickly do the tutorial so we get the 4 free skill points. Promptly after that, where are you? Over there. Promptly after that, I will then give enough experience to equate to the correct level, and then spawn in the crafting books necessary. I'm not going to worry about the perk books. The perk books are kind of secondary to the crafting books, in my opinion. The crafting books are super important. But yeah, that's why that's the case. Kind of a pain in the bum. Hi. Okay. Colorful. But yeah, Calissa Fox. Having a 4% chance of losing a ship and losing a ship 3 times in a row. It's frustrating, but certainly possible. And annoying. Curse X4! Yes. Yes, no, absolutely. But yeah, so that's the situation we're at. And I'm sorry I keep asking, oh, how many people are familiar with A21? I asked that so I know how much tutorializing I should be doing whilst going through the game. And then I promptly don't look for the answer. Or, which is more true to the situation, I think, okay, well, I'm gonna just give people time for the Twitch delay to catch up, and then for them to type their replies, and then I will look back, and then I get distracted and don't look back. It's not that I'm ignoring you, chat. It's just that I am a loot goblin, and there are shinies. Also, take care, Bilal. You have a good one, mate. Ooh, a wild Aavak stream, and I managed to catch it. Hey, Middelath, how you doing? I wonder if there's a console command to reset the tutorial progress. That's giving you the skill points back. I'm not aware of it if it exists. The club looks different. How does sticking duct tape to it help? It would fortify the structure of the club. It will hold it together as it starts to snap, basically. I mean, duct tape wouldn't do a lot, but if you wrap enough of it around it, you know, duct tape is surprisingly good at holding things together. That's why it's so ubiquitous. But yeah, the whole point of it would be to reinforce the structure so that it can take a bit of a bash before breaking. How this club is so cleanly decapitating people, though, or just shaving parts off their head, that is a mystery that I can't offer an explanation for. Hello. I'm seeing what Lady Shelab likes about clubs. It is very satisfying. But it's also very stamina intensive. Vorpal Club, yeah. Zombies did not duct tape their heads to their body. That is a good point. That's why I'm so cleanly shaving off parts of their head. The zombies foolishly forgot to duct tape their skulls. Had they done that, their skulls would be able to resist significant amounts of punishment, and they would be far, far more dangerous. Stupid zombies. This is why humans will win. There may be more of them, but we have got bigger brains that are securely stored inside our duct-taped skull. If you remember to duct tape your heads together, chat. Don't be like the zombies. Unless you're being like Zombie Bill, in which case, be like Bill. Also, we need to finish that run of Zombie Night Terror. I love that introduction. So cool. There we go. Sand. Sand. Go away. You know what? Sure. I could throw these away, but why? Look, we're getting a chance to start anew. I'm not going to go full Tsukasa, but this is an opportunity, chat. We could either lament and just sink into despair at how the world has been stripped of most of the signs of human habitation and everything is gone to rot and we'll never have the old world back again. Or we can be like, this is not a punishment. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for the world to be made right again. We flubbed our first try. That was a practice run. And now we get to try again. Not quite Tsukasa. I agree. I wouldn't want to go full Tsukasa. It's like, haha, I've decided that only the young get to live. We're just going to kill everyone else because we wouldn't be able to support them anyway. No. No, we will use science to support the ones that we bring back. I'm just not really looking to bring anyone back. But if I did, I would absolutely use science. Combination. It would be great. And if anyone gets that reference, well done you. Jaxer, love the reference, Aavak. Well done. At least one person understands the might of the kingdom of science. There we go. I very sadly, and I really do mean sadly, kapow! Okay. You know how... No! You chicken thief. I love it and I hate that you did it at the same time. That's right, you lose your arm now. This chicken better be in one piece so I can get bones out of it. There we go. And now we can make my proper weapon. Donk. Goodbye, club. You served your purpose well. What more bones? Sure. You cannot get fat bone and sinew for zombies. Sadly, no. It doesn't have that level of simulation depth. Unfortunately. Why cry over spilt milk? Embrace the opportunity life has given you. Exactly. See, Senku would probably devise a way to reverse the zombification, and I wouldn't get in his way. I would just make the most of the time that we don't have 7 billion other people to feed. But, I mean, you know, it hasn't been millennia since the zombification happened. We've still got most of the world's infrastructure still intact. If Senku did devise a miracle fluid in order to bring all of the zombified people back, I'd be like, yeah, okay, well, I mean, it's going to bring back an awful lot of other problems too, but yeah, sure, knock yourself out, my dude. I'm going to be over here, living my best tree-man life. I mean, realistically, Jaxero, if Senku was around right now, considering we still have most of human infrastructure still there, I'd probably, yeah, maybe 2 or 3 days. Though, that being said, I did like the way that, for those who don't get the reference at all, I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? It's an anime called Dr. Stone. But, that being said, I do like the time skips in that because it makes it feel a little bit more realistic. I'm not going to be able to get anything that's in there. I do love the lighting system. This is one of the new trader points of interest. Let's have a look at you. You've got golden rod. Sure, I'll take those. Always loot the trader. I can't pick that up. Now, which trader have we got? Oh, wrecked. My least favourite trader. Guy's an arse. But this is going to be more of a farming and slash food trader, so that, you know, there are benefits to that, certainly. Wrecked is wrecked. Ooh, wow, okay. Got a, See, every trader has a radio and a helipad. I'm thinking that's going to be a big part of the overall story once we go live. Hello. Coming in. Knife to the brain. There we go. You'll probably die now given enough time, but a bone knife is not a quick killer, but it is an efficient one. And efficiency is key. Also, I love the fact that you can just stab someone a bit, run off, and then come back, and then you'll just randomly get experience points a little bit later. Donk. Let's grab you. Donk. Ooh, what did we get there? Not bad. Bit of an upgrade. I look absolutely normal. Yes. Fresh off the shift at Zombie Wall Street. I've been making all sorts of money. Crushing hopes and dreams of some. Elevating the hopes and dreams of others, you know. Homeless dapper chic. See, this frustrates me beyond measure. They've built fake chicken coops, and there is no current way to keep chickens. But it gives me hope that in the future there will be. Also, gotta check the toilets. I don't actually think you can get anything out of these, but shh, I'm hidden, chat. No zombie will know where I am. I am a ghost's shadow. However, being in there probably doesn't mask the smell, and I can only assume that zombies hunt by scent as much as anything else. Yep. And that's your lot, okay. Now with that, let's go in and get abused. Hello.
Stop staring, asshole.
I just don't even. Got any jobs? Well, almost all of them to the south except that one which is to the east, and they're not very far away, so clear jobs are always better, or at least they give you better rewards, so I'll take this one.
I don't like you, but maybe I'll change my mind if you do something for me.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it. Look, it's a mutual distaste. We'll have a working relationship. That's about as far as it's going to go. Go prove that you have what it takes to be part of the White River Runners. We need you to clear out the zombies at the cook's residence.
I'd say it's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
You see, Trader Hugh is nice, and as a result, I feel guilty about looting his compound and his store. I still do it, but I feel guilty about it. You, however, I take great joy in knowing that I'm taking your stuff and then going to sell it back to you, you crotchety old man. Not that you've got much stuff, it appears. Tragic. Ooh. Let's grab you. Okay, some steel club parts. Nothing in there. Okay, so there's two things that I really, really like about the looting in Alpha 21. One, that when you loot something, you break it. You break down the container if it makes sense. Like if it is just a pile of trash, then you just get rid of it. And two, when you empty a shelf, it visibly empties. That is pretty awesome. Why? Okay. I would like to see your inventory. Have you got anything good? You've got some bullets. You do have some books. You've got a level 3 stone axe. That's obviously not going to be useful to me. You've got a cooking pot, though, and that is useful to me. You can have all of the brass. You can have the steel club parts. I don't intend to go with clubs. You can have as much of that as you'll buy. You won't buy any of it. That makes me sad. I think that's pretty... You can have the coffee seeds, too. Yeah, I'm not going to... It's me you're talking about here. I'm not going to drink coffee. I might drink it to survive, but only so that I can spend more time in the future
All right, now that we're done
bashing
doing
coffee.
business, get out of my store.
I'm going. If it came down to the choice of drink the coffee or die, I will drink the coffee and then complain about it extra hard to justify drinking it. Dude, I was going to totally go for those rabbits, but now you've thrown me off my game. Also, don't wander towards me after I've stabbed you, scoundrel. Let's go ahead and gather all this up. Keep an eye out for his footsteps. Hello. Oh, that is definitely one way to do it. Okay, actually, before we do anything else, I need to take some skill points. So let's close that door again. Are there any... I might go up there, see if that billboard has anything as well. Right, so... First and foremost, we've got Forge Ahead. Learn to outfit your shop with forges, workbenches, cement mixers, blah, blah, blah. One of the big changes is the progression system that has come in. And that's in crafting skills. You no longer learn how to craft something by having skills in a perk. So, for example, advanced engineering won't teach me how to build anything. It'll just make things better. So, you're now out of the Stone Age and an apprentice engineer. Gain 15% experience from electrical trap kills, item crafts, 25% faster, and some things might be cheaper. You'll spend less resources, and that's actually a really important one. But the way you progress now is by gaining crafting magazines. So much like the perk books would teach you a couple of neat abilities, like passive buffs, these now gradually make you better at crafting things. And anyone can pick these up. But the skills that you invest into, it will weight the loot table in favor of giving you crafting books that are relevant to those skills. Which I feel really, really... That's actually a massive improvement over the base game, over the base progression system. I think having you more likely to find loot that is relevant to your build is just a really nice quality of life thing. It doesn't make it exclusive, but it weights it in favor of that. And once you have fully learned something, so for example, if I put points into workbenches, I'd have more chance of getting workbench-related skill books, so workstations over here, building up to making these. But once I've maxed out the books, it will be removed from my loot table, or at least the weighting will be removed. But I believe it is removed from your loot table altogether, so you just won't find those books anymore, and you'll find other things. At least if there is anything else that it could be, it will be that instead. As far as I understand, I'm not 100% on it. But as for my perks, I am, as much as stealth gameplay doesn't work on Blood Moon and doesn't work in the points of interest as much as it used to, I still like it. So I'm going to put a point into that. I'm going to put a point into deep cuts, and I'm going to put a point into archery. And the last one is either going for hidden strike or bumping up my agility. And bumping up my agility will just mean I do more headshot damage and have a better chance of dismembering. I like the odds of an increase of 10% chance of dismembering someone. This is so awesome. I just found the water filter mod. Can just go to any random puddle and drink. Yeah, no, exactly, Bazmal. That's a pretty amazing mod to find, actually. Because one of the big other things that they've done in terms of progression is they've made water... Now, they've done this in a very gamey way. Basically, you just don't find... you don't get the glass jar back anymore, and you can't make glass jars. As a consequence, gathering water is no longer easy. But before, it was trivially easy. You could have an inventory of 100 glass jars, go to a lake, fill it all up, and then not have to worry about water again for, I don't know, 3 weeks in-game. Even if you're crafting heavily. Now you have to use a dew collector in order to do it. It does make survival feel a lot more engaging now. But let's just quickly check what those... oh, actually, I didn't use the magazines. My bad. Let me quickly use them up. So we're going to use this one. I've unlocked workstations tier 1, so I can now make the dew collector. Furthermore, I've unlocked food tier 1, grilled corn and baked potato. At this point, someone can learn all of the crafting recipes without ever having to put points into the skill. Now, you could do that before with crafting magazines, but this just feels... I don't know. I like it. I do understand that there are quite a few people who don't, but I'm in favour of it, personally. Alright, gonna gobble that down. Gonna gobble some of this down. There we go. Alright, let's go and do this quest, and then when we come back, I'm gonna try and buy a cook pot so that we've got some way of making food tonight. Come back here. No, I do not have enough stamina for this. Gotta get this. Oh, come on. I slow down whenever I do that. Ah, damn it, come on. Bloody bunny! No! I want you just to appreciate I am chasing down a rabbit right now. Yeah, okay, well, I've chased down a rabbit too much. Oh, hi. Ha! What? Call myself an archer? I don't even. How did I miss that, chat? I'm very certain I saw the arrow go through the bloody thing. That was a blink rabbit. I didn't see it teleport, but it definitely did. Never trust blink rabbits. Look. See, I'm not a bad archer, okay? I'm fairly good at judging my distance. Oh, that was just a little bit over its head. And that was now a little bit under it. Mind you, the primitive bow, honestly, oh my lord. Primitive bow is an awful shot because there's so much arrow spread from this. But a club is very useful for taking out rabbits. Or any animals, honestly. Just rushing up to it. Clobbering it with a club. Something with a nice wide swing. Now, from the first release of the experimental, it has become much harder to find magazines from what it used to be. Shotgun crafting. I mean, I'm not going to make shotguns, but who knows? Maybe I will, actually. I won't say no to it. I'll learn it at the very least. Aloe, very nice. Do I know how to make these bandages right now? No, I don't. But what I want is at least one bandana and then 10 bandages. Craft. So wear that. Pop these down there so I don't use those if I don't need them. Right, sort my inventory. I don't need this. Scrap it. Drop that. I mean, if I start doing anything with shotguns, then I will care about that. I'm pretty certain that zombie wasn't there before. Chat, could you please advise, was that zombie there and I just missed it completely? That one was always there. Or, well, the carcass was. But was that zombie here the whole time and I just was blind to it somehow? Because I swear that zombie wasn't there. Hey, Reflex. Right, let's get in here then. I didn't see it, but I'm probably blind as well. Damn it. I think not, but I'm 360p, so it could be wrong. I wasn't fully paying attention, but I didn't see it. No, I'm fairly certain that zombie... Wow, acid already. Nice. I'm fairly certain that zombie wasn't there. And that's one of the things that has improved the overall handling. Hi. Oh, missed completely. Go. One of the things that has greatly improved the overall performance is that it is much more aggressive now with the zombie spawn-ins. You have to be a lot closer now before they'll spawn. I'm spending way too much time just chatting about stuff. Might not even get this quest done before nightfall. That's going to be tragic. Some shoes. Sure, I'll wear those. Tunk. And scrap those. Not in here. I like the indicator of how difficult a point of interest is going to be. That's, in my opinion, a pretty nice quality of life adjustment. I feel more likely that something's going to be behind me than in front of me. So far, so good. Hello? I'm not going to be super thorough with scavenging everything in these places. Though the first night, especially considering how much time I took getting here, is a bit of a special case. Actually, you know what? Let's drop them so that that explodes. There we go. I will probably get 1 point of interest cleared on the first night. Can't see anyone, but that is almost certainly going to be a case that I drop in and then suddenly everything's going to be around me everywhere. Yep, definitely. One is awake, at least. Oh, both of them are. Yep. Oh, I hate my life. Should have known that was going to happen. Hi. Let me just get some damage on you. There we go. Clear the area. Stay within the zone. I should have known this rickety old place was going to collapse. Now, chat, for those of you who have any opinion on this, and have been around for a few alphas, I guess, what are your thoughts on the point of interest, especially the quest point of interest, versus the old style of point of interest? And what I mean by that is, like, most point of interest now feel more funhouse-like, rather than just a broken building. Locked. Morning, Spring Critter. How are you doing? Oh, puffercoat, nice. That's probably going to make me hot, though. We got some very nice things in there, actually. Not bad. What on earth are you doing? I mean, the points of interest are certainly more interesting. But what is chat's opinion on the difference between let a house be a house versus every house has got a story, every house was some sort of the scene of some great battle and gradually shifting defensive lines. Every house has got a story to tell, and quite often the story is something out of Saw. That's what I mean by funhouse. Hey, Victory Royale, how you doing? Did my YouTube post seem a little strange? I hope you didn't worry about me. I was just waxing. Nope. I was just being a bit poetic, that's all. I don't actually believe that when I dream, reality will collapse in on itself like a flan in a cupboard, and a new one will be substituted by the time I wake up. I like a 50-50 mix. Not bad to have some filler. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that reality doesn't collapse in on itself like a flan in a cupboard every time I dream. I would not know. It would depend. Would the new substituted reality bear any resemblance? How would I know whether you were the original you, or whether you were in fact a fake you, conjured by my dreams? Okay, so that was a destroyed chemistry station. Very different looking. Right, well, we've already missed getting back to the trader, and I kind of figured that we would, if I'm perfectly honest, which does frustrate me, but yeah, here we are. It is what it is, chat. What? Ah! Scoundrel! See, in the previous version, if I'd been going around making this much noise, that zombie would have already come to say hello. So I would have a degree of control over where I was going to fight it. there is definitely an advantage sometimes to be had in making a controlled amount of fuss to dictate where the combat is going to take place. Obviously, it's the unknowing godhead. Aavak is obviously the unknowing godhead, and reality ends only if he realizes it. You could make an anime about it. God damn it. Well, prefer to be a godhead rather than a god hand. That has certain connotations that I'm not entirely okay with. Don't worry, chat. I promise, okay? No matter how bad things get, and they can get pretty bad, okay? No matter how bad they get, I am never going to brand you all with a brand of sacrifice so that I can have my dream of Falconia. I promise. Never going to happen. Not even once. Unless... I mean, as long as they only get bad in a traditional... If I lose my bromance, then all bets are off, and you are absolutely going to be fed to the demons. But... for as long as I still have the bromance, as long as there is still a guts in my life, then you're safe. What do I think of them adding child zombies to this? I mean, that wouldn't really change anything for me, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, I've lived through them adding child soldiers to RimWorld, and I still reverse Pinocchio with them if I feel that it is important to do so. That being said, however, I think it would possibly make this game a bit harder to produce content for. I'm not going to lie. That may raise some questions. I am a loose goblin. I'm going to scrap you. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just going to throw away in here. Alright, let's take you out first, because I want to put you into something now. What is that? Is that an armor pocket mark? Poop. Oh, I'm going to need some armor then, aren't I? Which means I need some duct tape. Do I have glue? I do! Hooray! I'm going to need to interact with this. Let me... No, I need that. Pipe bombs. Ooh, very nice. Right, I'm going to turn all this glue, all of it, into duct tape. Because, I mean, come on. Okay, maybe not all of it. I'm going to turn 10 of it into duct tape. Oh, I realized that I subverted the reference you were all making. Because you were talking about the god head. And I was like, no, let's go with the god hand. Yeah, pipe bombs are going to be quite useful. Children in my colony make such excellent soldiers, usually. I don't think they make excellent anything. I think they make much better pawns once you've given them a childhood. And they've been able to actually develop. They can make super characters effectively. But I will say that... can I make any armor? Yeah, there we are. Powder chest armor, let's go with you. I will say that having children zombies that only exist to brutalize and kill. I liked kind of what Cataclysm did. Your character couldn't couldn't just wade through a school full of child zombies without an emotional impact, unless they had particular perks or debuffs that made them desensitized to it naturally. Though I especially liked what Project Zomboid did, which is in the beginning, you're just a regular person. You panic. You are not hardened by the reality of this situation, that the world is gone effectively, until much later. But you do eventually become quite hardened to it. It takes time, but it does eventually happen. You know what, chat? It's probably super dark in here, so let me just throw that up there so you've got something to look at. And I like the development. I like the fact that your character does eventually just get used to it, as tragic as that is. Right, do we not have... I've got one feather. Did I only have one? I thought I had more than that. Ah, no, I didn't. Fair enough. Alright, what's the other things? I need... Added leg armor. Hello, Paige, husband 97. How are you doing? I am well. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you are too. Yeah, children in RimWorld become super colonists later on if you take the time to give them a proper childhood and educate them. They become ridiculously powerful later on. Padded boots as well, because I would like light armor. It will become fashion souls later. I will, however... Oh, you didn't have dye. Tragic. I was going to take the dye out of it, but no. Oh, now I could have made these. Damn. What am I currently wearing? This is a plant fiber hood. I'm going to scrap that to have the padded hood. Grift. Is there anything else I could make? The leather poncho would require more leather than I've got. I'll end up probably scavenging this whole place in order to get that. Right, that's good for now. Right, I want to add this onto some of my equipment. There we go. I firmly do not believe in taking stuff like pack mule. I think those are wasted points. Personally, I am much more likely to just... eventually build all of the clothing mods. In fact, just need a little bit more leather to be able to do that. Let's head on out and start chopping up the furniture. Something up there as well, I should imagine. Is this just going to give me wood? Hopefully not. Okay. Let's go in here. Hopefully I can find something to break down. How about this couch? Good night, Awakened. But nothing. Very much doubt these chairs produce leather, unfortunately. Let's grab them anyway. Then I can scrap them. Yeah, just straight into wood. Okay, well that's kind of annoying, but I suspect I'd be able to get something out of that. But there is more in here that I can go for. There isn't even any kind of curtain there. Well, let's find out... Ooh, there's a box over there that I didn't even look at. Open this up. I learned my lesson of giving my race in RimWorld killer instincts and claws. My kids killed far too many prisoners to satiate their cravings. Yes. Yeah, let's be careful about what kind of super race you make. I'll grab all of that. Alright, so, in terms of things that I actually want, sort my container, sort this container. I obviously want the pipe bombs, they're just amazing. Don't need that. I will take the brass, because I can sell it straight away. There isn't really that much in here of value. I mean, the money isn't even really of that much value to me. Take the shotgun shells, I guess. Let's reorganize my inventory. Like, a lot of this I'm just going to drop at the traders once I get there. I have no particular use for it. I would like to make a campfire. Grill on it. Oh, what can I make? I need to put a bit of wood in here. I can make... can't make grilled meat, unfortunately. That's a little bit beyond me. But I can, however, make grilled corn already. So, sure. Go ahead and cook that for me. Baked potato. Cook that too. Could make all of my meat into charred meat. And sure, I'm going to need it. And then I need a pot to boil the water. So we're still shy on hydration. Going to use that for now. Clears up a little bit of my inventory. Yeah, we should be good. Don't need that there. We'll be able to go... I don't know how much coal I'll be able to sell. But I'll bring that along just for the sake of it. Okay. So I don't know if you can use points of interest generator somehow if you claim the area. Or is it just decorative? It's just decorative generally. Unless it's interactable, it's generally just decorative. But yeah, in terms of just having children zombies, I'm not sure if it would really add anything to the game, if I'm perfectly honest with you. This will take a little bit more water, but it'll give me a decent amount of food. Let's gobble that down. In fact, let's gobble all three of them down. It sounds like there is a horde outside. Do I have any skills to spend? Close to a level, though. Honestly, if I go around and just break things down, I will probably get that level. So let's go and do that. Really? How do you even hear me? Safe. That's going to be a potch to get through, though. Ooh, nice. Okay. So, bows, bow crafting and level 2 pipe rifle. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. I don't have any bullets for it, but I can sell it if nothing else, I guess. It's my torch. If I'm going to be up here for the night, I will linger quietly out of reach of any zombies down here. Thank you. Fuel. We got plenty of fuel there. Whitehammer, thank you very much for the 59th month, mate. Diolch yn fawr. In zombie movies and shows, I do find it unrealistic, like all the children disappear and just adults running around. Oh no, there'd be loads of children. I suspect that dealing with child zombies would be the hardest part for most survivors. I think a lot of them would falter at that point. That because I don't want to leave it behind. Right. Right, you're just going to have to listen to that spider outside. Because I don't intend to go out and deal with it. What I will do, though, is gradually make my way through this safe. Few shows or games that feature children zombies do make a good job making it purposeful. Like Dying Light with the kid zombies being the sirens. Yeah. But, you know, I don't blame most games for not trying to add some sort of morale metric because it's such a nebulous, muddy thing. It is not an easy thing to quantify and add into a game. And I think most people would, like, if they, any implementation they could add, someone would have an issue with it. So it's just opening themselves up to people saying, oh no, that's a terrible implementation, blah 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 blah. Death Cobra says, I started making an underground bunker base in 7 Days to Die after watching your most recent series on it. Oh, marvellous. Hopefully we'll be getting back to that series very, very soon, by the way. On the topic of that, though, I've been trying to get better with editing. I appreciate that there's quite a lot of people that dislike any amount of cutting and they want to see the whole thing. That's what streams and Aavak After Hours exists for, by the way. Is to facilitate the people who want to see everything. But I am interested in people's opinions of the editing style I've gone with. I need water. That's what She-Lab's perspective is. Well, yeah, no, exactly, yeah. Yeah, you can totally watch She-Lab's perspective in order to get a completely no-cuts perspective. Good morning, Sixtrini. Oh, this is going to be TMI, chat, but I'm so hot right now. It is far too warm. Far too warm in my house. In the world, in fact. Bloody global warming. The only good thing about global warming is it eventually leads to an ice age. But sadly, I won't be around to reap the benefits of the whole global warming cycle. No, I just have to exist through the hellish part. Life is unfair. I like the editing style. It keeps your conversations, but doesn't make me watch you dig a base for 20 minutes. Yeah, no, that would have been awful. I literally spent 22 minutes digging that. And I know exactly how long I spent because I could see the edited the gap that was left once I compressed it all down. The only zombie show trope I hate is that every time, for some reason, no one knows what a zombie is in the show. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's why I like things like 28 Days Later and games like Project Zomboid, because they present it as a sickness. And let's be honest, even if like a typical zombie apocalypse happened, most people would not think, oh, it's the zombie apocalypse. Most people would think, oh, you've got some sort of illness and it's making you confused. Let's be perfectly honest. No, I think you would have to be a very special sort of person to immediately jump to, oh yeah, no, this is the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it's already 18 degrees in Scotland. It's 8:20 a.m. It is disgusting. Scotland has no right to be this warm. And Calissa, to address your comment on wishing that you could have gotten into content creation but your voice shy, I actually watch a Let's Player who does all of their commentaries, post-commentary, that they run through a like a text-to-speech. I don't know any of the background behind why. They might be voice shy. They might not be able to talk. But I have enormous fun watching their Let's Plays. It is 100% possible to do completely silent runs. I watch a couple of those. I'm not as keen on those as I am on the voiced ones, but yeah, just using a text-to-speech engine. It's more about what's being said than the voice saying it, in my opinion. Though I imagine if they used a really obnoxious text-to-speech engine, that might turn me off, but... Stamina regen is garbage because I am thirsty. I am almost tempted to drink murky water. I'm going to finish looting this, then we're going to go over to the trader, sell everything off. I'm sorry that the first night was so slow, but you know, it's going to be like that sometime. I feel like a lot of second language speakers do that because the internet can be harsh on people with foreign accents. As someone whose foreign accent tends to glean generally appreciative comments, I can only imagine. To be honest, whenever sometimes it feels almost fetishistic. The ways that people, the lengths that people go to try and get me to speak Welsh / with my natural accent. I mean, I appreciate the flattery, but at the same time. Right, these noise monitor. Can you actually put those in light armor? I'm not sure you can. They wouldn't go there anyway. Boots. No, I don't think you can put muffled connectors in them. But it might make scrap leggings more viable. It's annoying that I can't get the stats. I want to know what the stats are before I make the item. It's irritating that I don't get that option. But oh well. I have no idea where that spider is. But I do know that I have no intention of just going out there and fighting it. At least not fairly. Nope, we're good. Bye-bye, spider.